Hey crochet friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel. I'm Maggie and this is Maggie May Crochet. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this Squirtle hat. If you have a Pokemon fan or someone who likes Squirtle especially, I think they'll really enjoy this hat. Let me show you how we do it. Okay, so what you'll need to make this hat would be a 5mm crochet hook or size H. I used loops and threads yarn for this hat. I found this at Michael's. The eyes are made with claret or Bordeaux is the color that I used, and the body of the hat is aqua or turquoise. I just used some stash busting black and white for this part here. Okay, apologies. I had to try to clear up some yarn vomit here. I don't know why yarn makers have not figured out a way to make starting your project easier than finding the ends. Little helpful tips, sometimes I forget to do this, but when you are shopping for your yarn, try to find yarn that has little ends sticking out so that you can pull to start your yarn. This particular skein did not have the center pull yarn pulled out, and I am stuck trying to find it. So anyway, yeah, I will get us situated and be right back. Okay, so we're going to begin first by creating a magic ring or a magic circle. I'll show you the method that I use. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I will put a video tutorial in the description below. That will take a little more time to show you how to do this if you aren't sure. So take the yarn, hold it over your two fingers, grab it with your thumb, wrap it around your fingers and make an X. Grab the center of the X with your thumb. Turn your hand over and hold the yarn down so that you have two strands over the tops of your fingers. You're going to take your crochet hook, place it under the first strand, grabbing the second, pulling it under the first and twisting. Then you're going to take the hook and grab the yarn that was moving and pull it through the loop. All right, so now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to place 11 double crochets into our ring. When you're placing your stitches into your ring, make sure that you are making them around 2 strands of your loop here. That's going to help when you're finished cinch your loop together. All right, so a double crochet is made by yarning over, placing your hook into your ring, grabbing the yarn with your hook and pulling it through the ring. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to take your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through the first 2 loops. You have 2 loops now on your hook. Grab the yarn and pull it through those 2 loops, and that was a double crochet. So we're going to make 11 of these. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so now what I want to do is pull on this tail to cinch up my circle. All right, so we're going to take our hook now, and we're going to place it into the first double crochet. It's the top of that stitch, and create a slip stitch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so we joined with our slip stitch. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now what we're going to do is increase our circle by placing 2 double crochets into each stitch. We're not going to be counting this chain 2 as a stitch. So yarn over, place my hook into that stitch directly below, 1 double crochet, and here's my second double crochet into that first stitch. So we're placing 2 double crochets into each of the double crochets in the row below. That will give us 22 double crochets into, this will be round 2 on our hat. Okay, and every time I complete a round, I like to go back and just confirm that I have the right number. So I should have 22 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Okay, so my join will be here at the top of this, which was my first double crochet. So I'll join with a slip stitch and chain 2, 1 and 2. So for round 3, we're going to place 2 double crochets into the first double crochet, and we're going to place 1 into the next. So we're yarning over, placing 2 double crochets here into this first stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to just place 1. So we're placing an increase in every other stitch. An increase just means we're placing 2 stitches in one space, okay? So we did an increase, a double crochet, and now an increase. So that means 2 double crochets into this space. Into the next space we'll do 1. And into the next there'll be 2 double crochets. So we're placing an increase in every other stitch for round 3. So in this third round we should have 33 total double crochets when we come to the beginning. So I'm on 1, 2, 3, round 3. 3 times 11 is 33. I should have 33 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and this is 33. So yay, it worked. All right, I will join to the top double crochet with a slip stitch and chain 2. All right, so we are on round 4. So what we will do is place 2 double crochets into the first stitch, then we'll place 1 double crochet into each of the next 2, followed by an increase. So we're yarning over, placing a double crochet and another double crochet into this first stitch. That's our increase. The next stitch will be an a double crochet followed by another double crochet. Sorry, I'm still dealing with this yarn vomit that I had. There we go. It's starting to twist up on me, but we'll get it. All right, so let's see. We have our increase, 1, 2, and now an increase. Placing 2 double crochets into the same space, followed by 2 double crochets, 1 in each space. There's 1, here's 2. And our increase, which will be 2 in one space. When I first started crocheting, I was really confused by the concept of increases, but if you can just keep in mind that it only means you're doubling up your stitches, you're putting 2 stitches into a space, and that's how we increase the size of our round. Increase, 1, 2, this is an increase. All right, let's see how I did. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, and 44. Perfect. Oh, I guess I should explain. I have tons of scratches and ickies all over my hands because I have recently rescued a squirrel. I've had him for, gosh, just over a month now, and he's growing very fast, and he is definitely ready to be released. He is squirreling and doing all the things he should be doing. He's building himself a nest. He's, hoarding his food. He's doing everything he needs to. But the problem is, it's just way too darn cold out. I am in Florida, and we have some of the coldest weather we've ever had. In fact, in North Florida, it has snowed. So I can't in good conscience release him right now, although he is more than ready, and I think I am more than ready to let him explore the great outdoors too, because he loves to play. He loves to play with me. I love playing with him, but I can't tell you how much his little nails hurt. I am scratched up. Even my face and head has scratches from the poor guy. He jumps on me wanting to play, and it's hard. So I had bought myself some gardening gloves for rose pruning that go up to here to wear when I play with him. But he does like to come over and initiate play while I'm crocheting, and that's what this is all about. So sorry for the long explanation, but I'm sure some of you are probably wondering why on earth this woman is trying to make a video with her hands looking so rough, but I would not be making a video for quite a while if I let that stop me. So I am joining to the top of my 44th, actually it's the first, but there are 44, double crochets, chaining 2. Hey guys, this is future me. I thought I would jot down quickly some of the steps. I always have a pad of paper next to me when I crochet. That way I can keep track of my rows and rounds, and I kind of cross them off as I go. So what I've done here is written out up to round 16 on my paper, and I'll share it with you so that you can screenshot this or whatever to help you along if it makes it any easier. Just remember that you're joining each round with a slip stitch and then chaining 2 at the end. So we'll start with our magic ring, we chain 2, and then we're going to place 11 double crochets into that magic ring. We're going to join with a slip stitch and then chain 2. For round 2, we're going to place 2 double crochets into that same stitch as the chain 2 is in. Then we're going to place 2 double crochets into each stitch all the way around the ring. We will have 22 double crochets at the end of round 2. Join with a slip stitch, chain 2. 2 double crochets into the first, then double crochet into the next. We're going to alternate double crochets and increases on round 3 so that we'll have 33 double crochets at the end of round 3. Round 4, 2 double crochets into that first stitch, double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we'll place an increase. Coming to the end, join with a slip stitch, chain 2, and we'll have 44 double crochets into round 4. Round 5, 2 double crochets into the first, double crochet into the next 10 stitches, then we're going to place an increase. We're going to repeat that all the way around, join with a slip stitch, chain 2. We'll have 48 total double crochets in round 5. Round 6, we're going to have 2 double crochets in the first, double crochet into the next 11, then an increase. We're going to repeat that to have 52 double crochets in round 6. Round 7, 2 double crochets into the first, double crochet into the next 12, increase. Repeat that, you'll have 56 double crochets total in round 7. Round 8, same sequence, only we're going to be increasing after the 13th double crochet to total 60 double crochets in round 8. Round 9, same concept, but now we're going 14 double crochets before our increase to give us 64 double crochets in round 9. Round 10, same thing, double crochets into 15 stitches, then our increase, we'll have 68 double crochets in the end. At round 11 is where we're going to now just continue each round with the same number. So 11 through 16, we're going to be placing a double crochet into each stitch. Each round should have 68 double crochets. I write out the round as I go and cross it off so that I can keep track a little better. Okay, so now for round 5, we're going to place 2 double crochets or an increase into our first stitch. Then we're going to double crochet into the next 10 before we make an increase, okay? So in this particular round, we'll end up with 48 for round 5. So I'm going to place an increase into my very first stitch here. Then I'm going to place double crochets into the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're joining, chaining 2, and now we are on round 6. So we are going to place 2 double crochets into our first stitch, then we're going to place a double crochet into the next 11, and then we'll place 2 into the following stitch. So for round 6, we should have a total of 52 double crochets. There's 1 and 2. Now I'll place 11 double crochets into each of the next 11 stitches, 1 in each. All right, so I just completed round 6. I have 52 double crochets going around. I'm going to join at the top of my first double crochet, chain 2, and for round 7 I'm going to begin with an increase, then I'm going to double crochet into the next 12 stitches and then place an increase. So at the end of round 7 we will have 56 double crochets. Begin with an increase, double crochet into the next 12, then make an increase into the next stitch, double crochet times 12, increase into the next stitch. All right, I will see you at the end of round 7. All right, so for round 8, I'm going to place 2 double crochets into my first stitch. This is my increase. And then I'm going to double crochet into the next 13. Into the next stitch, I'll place a increase. So 13 double crochets into the 14th stitch, I will place an increase. Okay, just finishing up here on round 8, joining with my slip stitch and chaining 2. So round 8, I have 60 double crochets. For round 9, I'm going to be completing the same thing, 2 into the first, then I'm going to place double crochets into the next 14 stitches, into the 15th stitch will be my increase. At the end of round 9, I'll have 64 double crochets. Okay, so I just finished round 9. I have 64 double crochets. Now we are going to do round 10, which will be our last round of increases. So I'll do 2 double crochets into my first space, followed by 15 double crochets into the next 15 spaces. Into the 16th space, I'll do my increase. At the end of round 10, I should have 68 double crochets. As I was editing the video, I noticed that there were probably 4 different segments for the remainder of the hat here that did not record. So what I've done is started another hat, and I will try to pick up where it left off. So where we left off, I believe, was right around row 10, around 10. We did 2 double crochets in the first and then double crocheted in the next 15, followed by an increase all the way around, so that we would have 68 stitches in row 10. Rows 11 through 16 are simple now. We are no longer increasing. We're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch. So if you just jot yourself a note, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and each time you complete the round, just scratch it off and you're good to go. So we're going to create the ear flap, and it's pretty simple. We finished off and joined here for row 16, chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in the next 12 stitches. So into the first 1, 2, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we've got the base of our ear flap. We'll chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. So what we want to do is create a triangular shape here. So we're going to be doing some decreasing, and remember, decreasing just means that we're going to be placing 2 stitches together. So we're going to do a decrease to start, a single crochet decrease, then we're going to single crochet times 8, and then we're going to do another decrease at the end. So your single crochet decrease is done by placing your hook into the space below. You have 2 loops on your hook. Instead of closing this off, we're just going to grab the next guy. Now there's 3 loops on our hook, and we're going to crochet those together, just join. We'll do 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And with these last 2 now, we're going to do our decrease. Into the stitch, pull it up, go to the next stitch, pull it through, 3 loops on our hook, and now we're going to join them together. Okay, chain 1 and turn. All right, now we're just going to single crochet all the way across a row, just 1 in each, no decrease in this row. chain 1 and turn. This row will have decreases. We're alternating every other row you're going to decrease. So into the stitch, into the next stitch, and join those. Then we'll do 8 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these last 2 we're going to join. Okay, chain 1 and turn. This is a row of just single crochets all the way across. So if you haven't guessed, this is going to be a pig hat. If you are interested in me making a tutorial for the pig hat, just leave me a message in the description box below and I'll consider putting one together. Hopefully it will go a little more smoothly than this video has so far. We're chaining 1 and turning here. So pretty much what we're doing to create this ear flap, if you haven't figured it out, is that we're doing a row of decreases. You begin and end with a decrease, single crochet across, and then with the next row we just do a row of single crochets. So here we go, there's my decrease row, chain 1, and we're turning. So that row had my decreases, so I'm going to do a row of single crochets all the way across. You might have noticed my hands look a lot worse this morning than they did the video that I made yesterday. Golly, my little squirrel is just so ready to be released. I'm telling you, he does not mean to be as destructive as he is, but he just wants to play and doesn't realize those little, I'm sorry, I need to stay on track for you. This is going to be a decrease. Anyway, yeah, he's got little razors at the tips of his fingers there, just so sharp. And even though I got myself the gloves, I can't wear them all the time, so I'm constantly putting them off and on as I'm trying to crochet, and it's just, oh, bless his little heart. All right, so that was my row of single crochets all the way across. I'm turning my work, and this will be 2 decreases together, as I have 4 there. There's a decrease, and then my last 2 here will be a decrease. Chain 1, turn, and this last one will be just a decrease. Okay, I have 2 single crochets left, so this will be a decrease. Okay, and then chain to end. All right, so that is 1 ear flap. Now we're going to, let me pull this through, I'll finish this off. Okay, turn the hat to do the other ear flap. So the easiest way to do this, and I'm going to just show you the way I do it rather than get real technical and count stitches and things, because your hat might be a different size than the one I make. You can adjust this pattern to the hat size that you need. Let's see, where are my stitch markers? Here we go. So what I like to do, and what's going to make this the easiest, is remember that our flap is 12 stitches across. I'm going to just fold my hat in half, find the center, and I'm going to place a stitch marker directly across from my first stitch and this last stitch here. Okay, and I should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I need to move over one. Just making sure I'm nice and even. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, good. All right, so you can also count this way too to make sure that you're centered. I will now join my yarn into my stitch, pulling it through, join it there, chain one. We'll pull this through and sew our end in once we get our earpiece done. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and my last one here. There's 12. Okay, so we're just going to repeat what we did on this side. Chain one, turn our work. We're going to do a decrease row every other row. So this will be my decrease row, joining the first two together, single crochets across. When I get to my last 2 stitches, I will do a decrease. My last 2 joined with my decrease. Chain 1 and turn. Now I'll place singles all the way across. So that was 10 single crochets across, chain 1, turn. This is a decrease row, so I'll join first 2 and last 2 together. Okay, my last 2 join, 1, 2. So this will be the next row, single crochets all the way across. Oops. Chain 1, turn, and this is a decrease row. Joining my first 2 and last 2 stitches. Okay, chain 1 and turn. single crochet row, chain one, turn, and a decrease row. Oopsie, I just said decrease and I did not decrease. All right, sorry. Trying to finish this somewhat quickly just because I'm so far behind with the camera malfunction. And this is my last two, so I'm joining them. Or decreasing, chain one, turn my work, a row of singles, chain one and turn, decrease, join two, and this will be a join together with my decrease for my last two. Okay, chain one, and this last stitch here will be a decrease, joining two together. Okay, so now what we're going to do is create a border of single crochets all the way around. All right, so I'm chaining one, and now I'm going to just create a single crochet border all the way around. Like I said, you want to space them out somewhat evenly. You can kind of see your stitches, where to place your hook as you go through. We're going to do this all the way around the hat until we come back right here to where we began. So I've made my way around. I am going to place my last single crochet. And I'm going to show you a really good way to end your work so that you don't end up having a knot at the end of your work. That was my last stitch. I can move things out of the way here. I'm going to cut myself a tail, and I'm going to pull my end through. And I'm going to place my darning needle on my yarn here. What I'm going to do is take my needle and put it under not the stitch that's next to it, but the one after, through both sides of that. And then I'm going to take my needle and place it right next to the stitch here that it's coming out of, that my yarn is coming out of. Okay, and then I can just kind of pull it, and it will look like just another stitch here rather than having a knot on the end. So now what I want to do is make sure that this is secure, so I want to weave in my end, in and around here through the back of my work. Okay, and trim it. And that is the hat. Alrighty, so now I want to make the tail of the braided ends here. So to do that, you'll need a total of 12 really long pieces of yarn. Now the length is up to you, depending on how long you want your braids to be. I like them pretty long because I can always trim it to make it shorter if they're too long. So let's see, we're going to be folding our yarn in half. That's why I folded the end here, to just kind of give me an idea how long I want. I guess I could give you a direct measurement, but it's really not that big a deal. Okay, so I think that'll be fine. So I'll cut my first one here, and this is going to be my guide. So I'll need 12 total of these long lengths of yarn. All right, so once you have 6 strands of yarn, you'll take your hook and you're going to place it into the ear flap. I have a nice little hole that formed with my stitches naturally, so I'll place my hook through it. Then I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to place it over all the strands over my hook and use the hook to pull those strands through the hole, and then just pull half of them through here. And I want to kind of even it up pretty much so that it's equal on either side. All right, and now I'm going to tie a knot. Onto my flap. Okay, so now what I need to do is separate my strands so that I have 3 groups of 4. And we just tie a simple braid. Okay. Okay, so let's now make Squirtle's eyes. So to do this, you'll start with your red yarn, place a slip knot onto your hook and chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we need to place 6 single crochets into our chain. I like to place my stitches into the back bumps of my chain. You can go through the front if you prefer. You will go into the second chain from your hook. 1, 2, so that you will have 6 single crochets across your chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on this 6th one, I'm not going to complete my single crochet. I'm going to place my hook into that stitch, pull my yarn through, and now I'm going to join my black yarn. We're going to start the biggest part of the eye here. So rather than pull my red through, I'm going to bring my black in and finish out that single crochet with my black yarn. So I'm going to place the yarn over my hook and draw it through my 2 loops on my hook. All right, and I will close off that way. Okay, so I'm going to now cut off my red yarn and I will tighten this stitch up a little bit with that. Okay, so this is my working yarn here. I'm going to pull it a little tighter and I'm going to tie my tail of the black and the red here together. Okay, so I'll turn my work, and now what I'm going to do is place 6 half double crochets across the red. So half double crochet is yarning over, placing my hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. I'll have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, again, yarn over into the stitch, pull my yarn through, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. All right, so we'll do that until we have 6 half double crochets across our red yarn. Now this eye can be a bit challenging if you are newer to crochet. You could give this a try, or if you would like an alternative, you could always just use some felt and cut out the eye shapes using felt. That's an option. This can be a bit challenging, so give yourself a little break if you go that way. It's just fine. It turns out cute that way as well. All right, so we've got our 6 half double crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now I'm going to do one more row of the 6 half double crochets across. Whoops, yarn over. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 into the last one here. This is kind of tough to see. I bet it's really hard for you to see at home on camera too. I apologize for that. All right, so that was 6 half double crochets going across. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And now what we're going to do is bring the eye together at the top, kind of like we did our decreases in the hat. We're going to do our decreases here with our half double crochets to help bring it together. Don't finish off at the end, because we're going to join our white yarn in at the end rather than start a new piece. So I'll show you how to do that when we get there. So to join, or to make a half double crochet decrease, we're going to yarn over, go into our stitch just like we would with a half double crochet. When we get to the point that we would yarn over and pull through, we're going to yarn over, but we're going to go into the next stitch, I'm trying to get this in smooth, and bring it through. Okay, so you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands on your hook, yarn over, and then we're going to pull through all of those. Okay, now we're going to do another one, yarn over, go into the next half double crochet, pull through, yarn over, and instead of pulling it through the loops on our hook, we're going into the next half double crochet and bringing it through. So there are 5 loops on our hook again, yarn over and pull through all 5. And we'll do that one more time, but we're not going to pull our yarn through because we're going to do that with the white. So yarn over into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over into the last half double crochet here, which is difficult to see in the black yarn, but we'll make it work. Yarn over like this. Okay, so now I've got my 5 loops, but I'm not going to pull through with the black. I'm going to cut the black, oops, and I'm going to bring in the white. So I'll place the white yarn over my hook, and I'm going to finish off that stitch with the white coming in. It's kind of tough to get the tension right on this, but there it is. Okay, I'm going to turn my work over, and I'm going to tighten things up a little bit by taking my tail from the black and tying the white tail together. Not tightly, I'm just kind of securing it here for now. Okay, and I will close this by doing a chain. All right, so now we want to bring the white side down the eye here. So I'll chain 1, and I'm just going to try to put my stitches, and I know it's going to be difficult to see on the camera here, but just along the side here to create this little white line. Okay, so it's just single crochets here down the side of the eye. I'm trying to get my tails underneath here too, so that I don't have as many to weave in. So there that is. Just chain 1 to finish that off and pull through. All right, now to make the center of the eye, you just need to make a little circle with a magic ring. Remember, the magic ring was taking the yarn over 2 fingers, hold it down, wrap it around, make an X, and pinch the center of that X. Bring it over your hand so that you have 2 strands here. Take your hook, place it under one, grab the farthest with a twist, and then grab the yarn that moves and pull it through the loop on your hook. We're going to place 7 single crochets into our loop or our ring. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to pull the tail to bring it together nice and tight, and then we'll take our hook and join into that first single crochet. Okay, then you can trim. Give yourself a pretty long tail because you can use this tail to sew the eye, the white of the eye, onto the black. So pretty good long tail on this. Pull it through, and that's the center. Okay, so I'm not going to spend more time on this video. It's long enough on how to sew in your ends and things for the eye, but you can see how it would fit on. Got things everywhere here. To your Squirtle's face, okay? So I'll give you a little tip that I found helpful is I've placed, once I got all my ends sewn in and I got the eye looking the way I liked it, I placed it onto the hat using some fabric glue first. Okay, so I got it all nice and kind of, it gives you a little leeway to kind of move it to the position that you like before you go sewing it all in and then find out that it's cattywampus or you don't like it. So I put a little bit of fabric glue on just to kind of place it where I wanted. Once things dried, then I went through and just kind of sewed around the edges of my eye. Then you can take some black yarn and you can create your smile and the little nose. Okay guys, so there it is. This is the Squirtle hat. I hope you enjoyed it. I am hoping that the instructions weren't too terribly difficult to follow. I know this is going to end up being a very long video. I haven't edited, of course, yet. If anything is unclear, please just shoot me a little message down below and I will be sure to answer your questions and try to help you through this as well. I hope you enjoyed it though, and if you did, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.